Figured that'd be more fun than working with a square this time. Plus, Jeff is here to help us do the double loop lacing in 2 colors, and he's still working on dead ending it. So we're just going to go all the way around. Which I guess you would do with a square too.
I got 2 days to learn.
He's gonna see if we can figure it out.
I did it last night.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Hey, very nice. Yeah. So first things first, when it comes to pillows, you don't want a 24-inch circle to go with your 24-inch pillow, because then when you put your pillow in it, it's all flat and it's like you have too much excess. You want your pillow to be really tight. So we cut 22-inch circles. That was weird. I don't know what that was. We cut a 22-inch circle, which is what I tested here yesterday with some just cheap finished upholstery leather. And my pillow fits really good. So that's what we went with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to stuff it in there.
You got to stuff it in here. It's a tight fit, but then once you get it all finished, it should lay rather nicely and be a nice, full, fluffy pillow. That's what you want. There you go. Jeff will take a nap because we won't need him till the end. Alrighty. So first things first, you need something to stick your array to. So since we're doing a pillow, I've got this separate round. Did I cut a 12-inch circle? No, a 14. So for my array, because is this 12 inches? Yes. So my array is 12 inches wide from side to side. I don't know, can you guys see that? Yeah. So that's my array. And so I have a 14-inch circle to go underneath it.
It's just as long as it's a bit bigger than the array itself.
Correct, yeah. But this was our cutting dies for our circles go in 2-inch increments, and I didn't want to have to hand cut a circle. Although I did, and using your scissors, I just all the way around, and it worked quite well.
Oh, how wonderful!
Yeah, I was quite pleased. And then we have already begun to cut the array because that would take forever if we didn't. So basically, Denny, you want to tell them how you lined everything up? Because I think we did it 2 different ways, you and me.
Yeah, I just found the center of this circle.
Which we use one of these things for, which is actually quite handy.
Yeah.
So we don't carry this, but you could probably buy it at just like a hardware store somewhere. Mm-hmm. And then we just put a little silver marking pen in one side. And then you can just, this is really handy. Yeah. If you don't have one of these.
Carpenter's compass.
A carpenter's compass. Yeah. And it is 22 inches long.
That means you can make a 44-inch circle.
44-inch circle with this thing because it's a radius. All right.
So anyway, I just found the center. And we used it, like she said, we used a clicker die to cut this center out with. But you can hand cut it if you want to. It doesn't matter. A lot of you probably don't have a clicker die that size. I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably.
But I just cut it out, and I turned it over on the
backside.
The backside to do all my marking because I didn't want to make marks all over that pretty leather. And then I usually don't use a straight knife, but I used a straight knife to cut all this stuff, and it worked pretty well, so I'm going to finish it like that. I'll show you.
Oh, yeah, because you went through, so he went through on his pattern, and he made dots. Yeah. Yeah, so he poked little dots at the bottom of each one of these arrays, and I think also at the top, too.
Yes.
And then he took it here so that he could take his ruler and just cut lines.
Right. Yeah, I just used a little awl like this. Yeah, I need to come over this way.
We're going to crowd in here.
Okay. Here I go. I'm just going to use the box knife here to do this with.
What is the color of that upholstery?
Okay, so this is the Venetian upholstery in olive. And then it's the Love Heart Paisley in gold is the suede.
Actually, and I cut on a piece of polyboard.
Mm-hmm.
This cuts a lot better on this poundo board.
Probably because it holds it down.
Yeah, it doesn't crawl.
Let me look, Andrea. Let me look really quick.
What? Did we tell them about our circle fiasco that I already?
So I was prepping all this yesterday, and I got my circles cut out, and Denny had tooled up our cute little piece on Saturday, and he left a really wide border, which was awesome, and he even drew a line where the border was.
I don't know what I was thinking.
There was a line there, and so I was like, all right, Denny, I was like, you're just gonna cut it on your line here because there's already line. We have to sew it down to the pillow, and so we were discussing how far in we wanted to make the array. So guys, when you look at these templates, I put in these dotted lines as kind of like from the center. So this is the center that we cut out. So, from the center, you could have an array that's either this long, or you could cut the full thing if you wanted to, and then only do a really small center. You could probably almost twist this twice if you wanted to. Also realize that when you twist this, you are losing length. So there will be some sort of length lost when you twist. So don't cut them exactly because you want the patch to go over and then have enough room to sew everything down. Like when I made this one right here, I probably had about 1/4 of an inch of the suede underneath my lip here so that when I sewed it down, I caught everything. So you need some overlap. Overlap is happy. And so we determined how big of a center. We're like, okay, we're going to cut 6 inches. We're going to make our center 6 inches here. So this is the array that we're going to cut, and we're going to cut out the middle. Okay. So Denny does that, and he cuts a circle here, which is fine. That was fine. But then he cut his little circle narrower than the line that he had scribed around it.
Pardon me.
Anyways, I didn't. So we had a good laugh for a minute, but it was still fine because this suede really, it doesn't shrink too much whenever you twist it. So, we should have plenty and it should be fine, but we were going to have more, and this was going to be probably another 1/4 of an inch wider.
I think what she's trying to say is, if it doesn't work, just
his fault.
Be kind.
Anyways,
right.
it was a funny morning.
All right,
so
it's cut.
Okay, so now the array is cut. So we need. Okay, so what I did yesterday, and then also I made these really cute earrings out of my scraps, as we should all make cute earrings out of our fun scraps.
Yeah.
So that, if you guys make somebody a purse or a pillow, just make them a pair of earrings to go with it and send it, because that's always just cute and fun.
That's the good thing to do.
Yeah, it's just, don't waste your scraps. Cut tiny earrings out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we are going to...
Trade your places.
Thanks. So we have 12 inches here, and we have 14 inches here. So that means I have an inch on either side around my array. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply, I'm using Rhinea today because that sticks the best to non-porous surfaces, like the top side of this leather to this. And I don't have to worry about trying to scuff this up and make it look good. You will have to do some sort of lining because you can, once you get it twisted, you will see underneath here, which is what was kind of fun about this one, is that I use this really, the fun embossed leather, and then you can see it underneath, which is just really
part
pretty
of
cool.
The deal.
Yeah.
That one part that shows
get that kind of see. And this one I'm going to make into like a rope purse. So I have the front and the back that I'll be putting together. Eventually, I've got, this will be my gusset. So anyways, so one day I will complete this and I'll make it into like a little rope purse was my plan with this. Because after I finished just testing my idea, I was like, well, that came out fun. Yeah. So I might as well do something with it. Alrighty. So we are going to glue all the glue.
So you can go out about an inch away from
exactly
where I cut.
Yep.
Right?
So I'm going to find, this is the top of all of Denny's cuts here. So I'm just going to go around. And then we'll secure this with a stitch. You want to try not to get it on the cuts so that they can twist from the top as much as possible. How's everybody doing today? Everybody having a great Wednesday? Having a good time?
I went fishing yesterday.
Ooh,
no, I went fishing Monday.
Oh, okay. With Jeff?
No.
Nope.
Oh.
I was
with my wife.
Oh, that is true.
You took Mrs. though.
My little rock collecting wife.
Did your boat come back a couple pounds heavier?
Yes, it did. Hers did.
Yours did.
I went with them once, and she had 40 pounds of rock in her kayak.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
And then started putting them in Denny's, too.
I tell you what, the Park Service is going to come after her one day because they're not going to have any rocks left.
Well, yeah. The side of the river is just going to be a beach.
Just sand. That's it. Where'd you guys go?
We went to Pomme de Terre over the other side of Oliver.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you catch anything?
I caught a few fish. She caught a few fish.
Did you eat them?
Not yet. We were going to yesterday, but we got involved doing a bunch of other stuff, and she didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like it.
So it didn't
We
happen.
did. It didn't happen. Yeah.
What kind of fish did you guys catch?
I caught a channel catfish, a really nice one, about a 2-pounder, which isn't huge, but it's really nice to eat. And I caught a bass, about a 14-incher, and I caught a really nice crappie. I caught an array. We're doing arrays today, so I caught an array of fish. And I caught a bunch of little fish, but those are the ones I kept.
Those little sunfish?
Yeah, little bluegill.
Mm-hmm.
I guess south of here they call them brim. And that always confuses me when someone says they got a brim.
This is the brim.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Brim is part of a hat.
My God. Got myself some river trash.
They didn't steal your stringer this time.
Nope, I had it tied.
Vinny and I went
securely with the
fishing
kayak.
at Rockbridge.
Yeah.
Trout fishing. And I was having one of those days. I couldn't do anything right. First cast, and I'm in the tree behind me. And I look over, and Denny's already got a fish on.
Okay.
So I'm getting everything straightened out. I look over, and Denny's got another one on. And next time I look over, he's landing his third fish, and I haven't even cast again. And then all of a sudden, I turn around, and Denny's doing this. And he looks up and says, "Bucky, where'd my fish go?" And they'd undone the stringer somehow and swam off. So
With my
Denny,
stringer.
yes, in unison, his 3 trout undid the stringer and took off down the stream.
Those are some smart trout. Smart trout.
Trout.
Smart trout.
Smart trout.
Smart trout. Yeah, hair on in there would be pretty cool. And it would be hard to sew the hair on in this kind of application, but also, we're going to cover this one up, but to do hair on inside here instead of just the printed leather where you rivet it down, that would be pretty sweet. You guys should definitely do some of those. I love this. Plus, you could just use it as a Frisbee and it'll just look really cool when it flies.
You could do a hair on for the full array. Would look pretty cool too.
Where you twisted it?
Yeah.
Tell them not
Yeah,
to
this
hang
part
on
could
the
be
candle.
hair on.
Oh. You don't think that would be weird?
Yes.
Somebody
I do
try
think-
somebody try the hair on in the array and see how it goes.
I think it would be weird. Yes. But you could do it.
You sure could. You can do anything. Alrighty. We're gonna lay this down.
You need a finger?
I don't think so.
Okay. Good fly.
This is an important part. Is table slap. It's the most fun part, really, when you smooth something out.
Right?
Like that and it sticks.
Just nice. Okay. Boom.
Oh, wonderful.
So we are lined. So when we're done, we will put a stitch line here, and then we are going to stitch this down to the middle. So we'll do both of those at the same time so we don't have to go back and forth.
Do 2 machine deals.
All right, and so now more gluing. So now what we're going to do to do the array is that we're just going to glue a section of these little tabs at a time, and then I'm just going to flip them down. This Renia is really awesome, and it will stick to this surface without having to put it there. So, everybody, looks like an eyeball. This does kind of look like an eyeball right now.
Yeah, it's an iris.
Yeah.
Iris.
It's very pretty. It's been tattooed, this eyeball. People do that. It's a little weird.
Tattoo their eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Have you seen that? Yeah, they'll
No,
tattoo the
I
whole
have
thing
not.
black. It's real weird.
I have not seen it.
Instead of
I
putting
don't want to see it.
mascara on.
No, like their eyeball. Like they'll we don't need to go down that road today.
No.
That's a weird road to go down.
So are you just going to put the cement on the one side? You aren't going to put it on the green part?
That is correct. So yesterday when I was doing this, thanks. Got a little overzealous here. Which honestly, we're going to cover this up. So if you get a little overzealous in the middle, that's fine because I'm just going to put a bunch of glue down there anyways. At some point, we should probably do that. Oops.
I could have gotten that.
It's okay.
But I let you, so it's okay.
Okay, so we started here. And it doesn't have to be the most secure thing in the whole world. It just has to stay.
It just has to stay until you get it stitched.
Exactly. And guys, we're going to be doing this kind of an array today where everything is one direction. This is the Andy array that I did yesterday where you turn each one of them is opposite of the last one, which kind of gives you that look. So either way you want to do it is fine.
The other way to me is more interesting.
The white one?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
To me it is.
And so the only thing that you have to be sure of is if you want to do this style, you have to have an even number because otherwise you'll have one that is weird. So you have to, so I did not count these, although I did just duplicate this one. So there should be an even amount. But for those of you at home, if you should count it first.
It's the 50-50 rule.
Exactly.
You got a 50% chance of coming out right.
Right.
And we're just gonna.
That's going to be like the ending of this.
Like the what?
The ending when we lace it.
Oh, yeah. You got a 50-50 chance. It's already looking good.
All right, look at that.
I like it.
And just want to make sure all these are just laying all nice. And we're going to put some more glue on it.
Are you talking about how down the adult stuff?
Yeah, adult stuff is done. We really should educate kids more to enjoy their youth and time of limited responsibility.
But when you get old, you get that again.
That is true.
The thing is, when you're young, they expect it. When you're old, they expect you to still have some sense, and they don't understand you lose your sense. By they, I mean everyone who hasn't reached oldness yet. Because your time is coming, you guys.
The theys will become the whatever it is.
Yeah.
You.
I always tell everybody, you're only young once. You're old for the rest of your life.
I don't know how it's been working out this way, but my parents just keep getting smarter and smarter the older that I get.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Stinking parents knowing what they're talking about.
Yeah, what the heck, guys?
Having life experiences and stuff.
The 60s and 70s band, the Birds,
Mm-hmm.
they had a song about that. I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. I think that's going to look pretty cool.
I will too. I think it's gonna look really good once it's on the pillow and you have this all fluffed out.
Has some
dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are definitely so the width of these strips are obviously narrower than these ones. So you get a little bit more of a fine look about it. It's not as extreme.
Well, The length is just longer.
It
so
is.
You've got a longer twist there.
Yeah.
Also, I would say that the firmness, the hand of the leather that you're using has a lot to do with the actual appearance that you end up with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I use, this is actually, this leather right here is our, some of our two-sided, the like Saffiano double-sided leather. And I know like if you buy the Saffiano bundle, you'll get this piece of silver and black in there, which is, it has this PU coating on the back of it. And it actually, like, that looked really cool. And so we also have a decent amount. I don't think that this specific one has an item number, but you can call in and ask for it. We do have quite a bit of it, and it's just this two-toned, it's this creamy, it's not quite white, it's this creamy color on the leather side, this really nice creamy pebble grain here, and then this is the back of it. And I actually had our splitter, I had him send one of these pieces through, and he split it in half for me, so I had half back panel and half of the front. And so I used the split from the front to line this, and then I used the back side of my split to make my pocket, and it turned out quite nicely. So, and here we go.
Yeah, the more contrast you have between the flesh side and the grain side, the more of a color difference you're going to get, and the appearance is going to be different.
Mm-hmm. This is a sticky process, guys.
Yeah, but you're doing good.
I'm trying to not let it pull away too much, like pull away from me, so that
Good.
I don't have a lot of spare room. I have some spare room.
I cut this thing just perfectly. We have the perfect amount. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I can't see it, but I can feel it.
Yes, Holly?
So, Ed on Facebook, I don't know what you're talking about. If you have a little bit more information, I can link you something, but I don't know.
I think he's talking about this.
Spreaders?
Yeah, he's talking about the
Oh,
silicone brush.
Sorry, Ed. I will have that linked.
She understands now, Ed.
I am
Not to worry.
slow.
Sorry, I have to let it
Get
tack
it
up
on
for
you?
a minute. Of course.
I tried that glue a month ago, and I love it.
Yeah. When I was making my knife sheath last week, I've had the same bottle of Master's contact cement for forever, and I just keep adding thinner to it because I bought, like a quart or whatever, and I just, I make like one knife sheath a quarter, so it's not like I go through it very quickly. And so I use it, and I thought I had everything glued up really well, but then as I was sewing through my my final stitch, the back side of my piece and the lining that I had glued it to kept wanting to pull apart as I was trying to push the awl through, and oh my gosh, I was getting so mad at my glue situation. And so I was like, before I make my next sheath, I'm going to buy a bottle of Renia and use that, because I do feel like it's just a really good one.
And you only have to put it on one piece.
Well, yeah, I mean, and it is a contact cement, so you can put it on both, but it holds. It does a good job. And the smell is not as strong, which, isn't quite as fun.
Yeah.
As,
You don't get as much out of it.
yeah, it's not quite the same gluing experience. In a nice, closed, compact room that you typically get with your solvent-based adhesives. I mean, that's always just a good time.
Yeah.
But this holds really well.
Me, cement, philosophical experience.
All right, Denny. Not give those people out there
You
any
should try
ideas.
opening a can of Clear Lac in your kitchen. It ran me out.
Yeah, William, it's no
I had
good.
to open the doors and windows.
That's why they don't make it anymore. We probably couldn't sell that to the prison systems.
No,
could we?
no. I think that's why we don't have it anymore.
What is it?
Clear Lac.
Oh, because they stopped making it.
Yeah.
The manufacturer. They were like, this is too hazardous for people's health. I think that was legitimately what happened.
That's what happened to me, you guys.
Took me back to 3rd grade in model glue.
Yeah.
Did they have bottle glue when you were in 3rd grade, Jeff?
Model glue, yes. Mm-hmm.
I was trying to make an old joke, but you didn't let me.
Just friendly.
Oh well, if the shoe fits.
I think we've talked about elementary school glue before.
Probably.
When it gets paste. It used to
Oh,
come in
yeah.
paste jars
did.
like antique paste.
We had a kid that would eat it.
Yeah, that someone was saying the other day, when you argue with someone on Facebook, you're probably arguing with people that ate paste when they were in elementary school.
Still don't have anything.
So, guys, this part is super fun, and it goes real fast. It's real great.
Well, just think how fast it would have gone if you riveted all those.
The rivets took a long time. Because you can't just punch your hole, because, well, with this one, you may have been able to just lay everything flat and punch all your holes because the suede stretches quite a bit. But on this one, they shortened a lot when you twist them. So I couldn't just go through and punch all the holes at once and then twist them and rivet it. I had to literally twist each one, punch a hole through it where it was, and then set the rivet. So it did take a decent amount of time to do this one. But I like the rivets. I think it's really neat. And especially if you, like, this would be a perfect application for the hair on, because then you can see it. You could go through, if you had a teeny little end punch, and you could end punch these to where they looked nice instead of just straight. But you know what, with hair on, it's probably going to get covered up by hair anyway, so whatever.
Yeah.
So that would be a lot. I mean, you could do that if you want to do that, but you're just making more work for yourself. Which is all leathercraft is. The more advanced we get, just the more work we're making for ourselves.
That's right.
That's how we make more money, is we make ourselves do more work.
Yeah.
All right.
You're getting there.
I am. I feel like I'm running out of space, like I'm not twisting close enough. I don't know. It'll be fine. I just might need to smush them together a little bit more. Gonna do this whole section. We're just gonna get through this. Barrel right through.
Yeah, you can just start mushing them together now.
Yeah.
Oh, and I forgot almost, but not actually, because I'm telling you now. Just giving a little shout out to Grant. He was in the store the other day and said he was going to subscribe and told us to do a shout out. So, hey, Grant.
Hey, Grant.
Grant.
About 8, I think.
Hopefully you did subscribe and you didn't lie to us. Are you here?
Yeah, he'll tell you. Yeah.
We're getting people from everywhere popping into retail.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's vacation
Whoops.
time of year, and a lot of people make this part of their vacation.
Guys, I almost twisted the wrong way.
Oh, watch yourself.
Can't have that.
You pull a Denny on me.
I feel like I'm laying down pepperoni slices.
We
That's That's what you wanted yesterday when we got the circle out.
It was. I had pizza.
Call it the pepperoni pillow.
The pepperoni pillow.
How you doing?
I think I'm doing great. We're about to find out though.
Yeah. The truth is
Dun 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 dun. Oh, this is gonna be perfect.
How
Boom.
much better could that be?
Boom. Okay. We are lined up now. Please
Here. Take this.
look at that.
Tap those all the
Okay.
way around. That's insurance right there. You guys.
Insurance.
You're gonna make me sew this too?
If you want to. We can flip for it. I don't have a coin though.
Me neither. I think it'll be. So look at that. There we go.
That's gonna look pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty
that
darn
should.
good.
That should just. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slather glue all over the center, and then we're going to stick that down, and then we'll do our 2 stitch lines to secure everything. And then we'll be ready to hand it over to this guy to. Oh, well, we'll need to punch our lacing. Did you bring. You did. Good job. Good job.
did.
We got all the stuff. Yes.
Yeah, until the time comes, then we'll say, "Oh shoot, I forgot this."
We did almost forget the lace. Denny had to go make a trip for the lace. I do feel like a pastry chef right now. I'm just spreading icing and.
You're the Julia Child of the leather world.
Yes.
Just don't eat that though.
Don't eat the paste.
It's water based. It's the glue is.
Hey Chevy guy, you can download the tooling pattern for free.
Yay!
Chevy guy always wants the tooling pattern.
For free.
Oh, Holly, I forgot to have you print some and take them to retail.
Oh yeah, I forgot to. I'll do that.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so that should be good there. Scooch that over there. Put some glue on the back of this.
Be sure you face that in the right direction.
Yes. Oh, yes, for the circle. I have been trying to like I'll rotate it, and then I'm just like it doesn't matter. It's a circle.
And what if you put the pillow down upside down?
Yeah. Well, that's your fault.
Yeah, that's the decorator's fault.
Yeah.
Just make sure when you take the picture. Yeah, I got glue all over myself yesterday when I was doing this.
I knew you'd have problems.
Jeff brought me tissues. You want to make sure you get it glued all the way to the edge so it sticks down. Gosh, this veg tan really soaks up the adhesive.
Yeah.
Do-do-do.
I don't know if you noticed on my tooling pattern,
Mm-hmm.
but I've got the tooling going in 2 different directions.
I saw that one.
Did you?
Yeah. What's the biggie?
See, the inside circle's going around this way, and the outside circle.
Oh,
Oh.
I do see that.
It's like a whirlpool.
Yeah.
That's fun. All right, we'll let this tack up for a minute because we want this to stick really well. I may have gotten a little extra up in here, but it'll be fine.
I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do my stitch line there. Well, I figured it out.
Okay.
I think.
Just stitch around it 4 or 5
Yeah,
times.
if my stitch line goes like this, you guys don't worry about it. Luckily, we're using a natural colored thread. You won't see much
Yeah,
of it out there.
And then, yeah, this gives you a pretty solid line to follow, but this one, which is why I cut everything in a circle, because then it was easier for me to finish. It's going to be great. Yeah, I do. I love this Venetian leather too. Like this Venetian for the backer is just, it's a distressed upholstery and it just feels really good. And it's going to break in really nicely.
It'd be nice to have a couch out of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can make your whole couch out of this, and then you can make all your pillows and accessories out of this. And it's just really gorgeous leather. I love it. Plus, it's green, and that's the thing.
And we got, what, 12, 14 different colors?
We do. We have a lot of colors. Yeah. Glue drying.
I think it's ready.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Okay, let's make sure I center this. Get it correctly placed here in my circle.
Yeah, right side up.
Don't go the other way. Go with the flow. Go with the flow when you're pushing it down. Don't go against the.
Yeah.
I guess this one there's no flow, so you
flip
just have
them
to
over.
push. Yeah, you don't want to flip them over. With the flow. Go. Hi, Melissa. How are you?
We know her.
Dean, we are. We're doing the double stitch. We're going to start it. So but on Friday, we're going to mostly be talking about the double loop lacing in the 2 colors on Friday. This one is half pillow, half lacing. Look at that, y'all. All right. Everybody should have one of these in their house. If they don't have dogs that will eat them. My dog eats all of my pillows, so I can't have nice pillows. One day
Especially a leather pillow. I bet they would just scarf that
Yeah,
down.
I know. Well, yeah. It's really all about the stuffing on the inside. They really just like to sit there and pick the stuffing out.
You'd have like solid pillows.
Yeah, I could just have flat lumps.
Like concrete on the inside or wood.
That sounds really comfy, Denny. Alrighty.
All right.
Are you doing this?
That went
I did.
faster than I thought. I had a fear this was going to turn into Denny, Liz, and Jeff, episode 38, making a pillow.
No, we got this.
We got it.
So we are using a class 26, and we've got 138 natural thread top and bottom. So, class 26, 138 natural top and bottom.
And hope it works.
And we hope that it works. It should be great. Denny, what weight of veg did you tool that on?
This is 5 to 6 ounce.
5 to 6 ounce, Dean.
You can go a little lighter if you want to. 4 to 5. It would be a little more pliable, a little more pillow-like. But what does that mean? A little more pillow-like.
A little comfier. Yeah, I don't really know if this is like a cuddling kind of a pillow.
It's the type you hide when you have company because you don't want them laying on it.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, what happened there? Just keep going.
No, I can't.
Guess what? There's a.
Aha, that's what happened.
Are you out of bobbin?
No. The thread spool was wrapped around it, so.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Hang tight.
I need
See
a
what
little
it did?
Ooh, Sheila said, thank you, Jeff, for recommending natural thread for belts.
Oh!
Sheila Jones.
Mm-hmm. It's Shelley.
Oh, it is Shelley. Sorry, Shelly. The screen is small. I have to squint. I have vision correction. It's pretty good, but
When I took my driver's eye test, I didn't even have to wear my glasses.
Wow.
And I got everything right.
Does that mean you're getting younger?
Yeah. Can't you tell? Except for the last sign. I said, that's the don't go in there sign.
They didn't like that response?
That can apply to a lot of different places.
They said, well, that's not really the proper terminology, but we'll give it to you.
So you say, well, I know what to not do thanks to the sign. So. Dean, I'm going to put a zipper in my purse that I make with this, but probably not on camera. You're almost there.
Now, see, if I wasn't so attentive, I would have stitched this whole thing. But you know me, how attentive I am.
You're so very... Alrighty. I think so.
Denny and I never get lost because we never know where we're really going.
Well, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
My wife always says, it doesn't matter which road you're on, it always goes to where you end up.
It always goes to where you end up. How can you guys work in such a tight space? We like each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. We're good friends here.
But
It is a little with the sewing machine and the three of us. It was a little tight, but that's all right. On Friday, we won't have to have the sewing machine because it'll just be Jeff lacing. So it'll be not so tight.
oh, I think we can get one or two more people back.
Right?
Yeah.
It'll just be a big fun crowd.
Too bad Jacob's not here.
Jacob?
New York Jacob.
Oh, yeah. He would crowd right in here, the giant. Maybe he'll watch this one and he can laugh at us.
He'd be laying on the table.
He could just sit there knitting in the corner right here.
That's right. He didn't. He was
He
good.
does.
Yeah.
He's to the point he's making his own. He started to make his own yarn. So he's been buying like plats of wool from some place in Connecticut. And he's got a little spinner in his living room and he'll spin yarn.
Wow.
Yeah. He says that takes a long time too. But he made a really pretty sweater that I saw while I was there.
He made a whole
He
sweater.
made a whole sweater. Yeah, it was pretty neat. Hi, Tony.
So true.
That's more better, isn't it?
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I tell you what, sewing machines, there's always a million things that you have to look for all of the time.
Especially when you're using the machine that you've got actually set up somewhere. Not nearly so bad as this, where we transported it in here and then set it up, and I just didn't think to look to see if the thread was going to come out of the spool all right.
Yep. Probably just on the way, because he tested it before we came over here, but then on the way over here, the thread probably got jostled and it fell underneath the spool. And then you're just like, well, everything was working when I was out there. Suddenly it's not working anymore.
I need to kind of make a mark if I can around here.
You want to put that in the middle?
No.
No.
Well, maybe. If I can. I probably can't.
You might move it in just a little bit more because I don't know if it's it should be pretty close to even, but yeah, kind of right at the top. Oh, and we learned about this thing is you have to have a wide berth to spin it, like 22 inches worth. You see it?
Kind of. That's all I needed was just kind of
Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
There we
Just a
go.
bit of a line on there.
Maybe in a different light I can see it better. Or not at all.
Is that what you found?
That's what I found. There it is.
It'll come and go. Just keep turning. Whee! Ah, William, don't go there. He said that design would look really good on a casket top. Jeff, you missed our videos last week. We talked about making leather caskets and how biodegradable that might be and how expensive that could possibly be. Because it started out, we said, hey, leather workers, buy your headstone now and then just use the back of it for your leather. Yeah, for your granite slab. And then when you pass away, your headstone will already be ready and it'll be used. It'll be like a well-worn part of you. You know? So that was, and then it just went downhill from there.
Way down.
Our hill was really steep and really fast. And it had lots of ice on it. Hey!
That's even fairly round.
Yes! But honestly, you can hardly see it, so it doesn't matter. It's beautiful. Yeah, I just thought this was the neatest. I loved it on the front of that bag, just as a fun accent. And it's really quite simple too. Like, just have some fun with your contrasting colors. And it's a little time consuming, but it's not difficult.
Do the lighter.
Harry asked,
Alrighty.
what is the thinnest leather you would want to sew on a class?
On a class 4? I don't know, Jeff. What do you like? 6 to 8?
I had a class 3 and I sewed 2 layers of 4/5 with 1/38 thread. No problem. But they're not made for 4 ounces.
So here's the deal. You can probably sew whatever you want on a class 4. However, in order to get it to do that, in order to get it to go super thin, you're going to have to adjust the tensioning drastically. And then once you're ready to go back to heavy stuff, you're going to have to, again, mess with the tension drastically. And it starts to get to the point where the machine does not want to go back and forth. It's not happy with that. And so if all you want to do is sew this one project for this one thing, and for whatever reason you're determined to do it on a class 4, then fine, set your machine up for that. If you can get it to do that how you want it, but like going back and forth is not happy. And I feel like that's the thing that people don't understand the most about the heavyweight sewing machines.
Yeah, you've got 30 minutes to get it sewing right. That doesn't mean you've got 30 minutes to get it back.
Right.
It may take you a while. And my class 3, I never had to adjust the bobbin tension. But I talked to a lot of people that they're trying to use 69 weight thread. And they're adjusting the top tension and the bottom tension. And they get it out of whack.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a technical thing.
Out of whack.
Out of whack.
All right, Jeff.
Whopper jawed.
Do you want us to glue it up for
Yeah,
you?
I thought if we glued like
Okay.
that,
That'll get us.
that leaves us enough room to insert the pillow.
Trade your places.
Okay, trading places.
Well, I guess I'll go back to gluing.
My
Good
job
girl.
here is done.
My job here is done. Oh, this. If you see dye stains on the back of my headstone, this would be bad. I actually think that it's a really, like, if it is your desire to be buried in life, like, I actually think that's a pretty cool, like,
It's viable action.
right? It's like, just pre-buy your headstone and use it. And
Well,
then,
even if you don't want to be buried, make someone else buy it for you.
yeah, then it can just go you know, we're doing a 1/4-inch seam allowance for
Exactly.
exactly a 1/4 inch according to my eyeballs.
Hi, Luna. You gonna help? Oh, goodness. I really kisses.
You know what? I feel like Rusty would be on board for that business venture. I think we should go into providing headstones, aka like tooling benches.
Springfield Leather and Monument Company.
Hi, Luna.
We're gonna do kitchen countertops while we're at it.
And countertops, yes.
Thanks, Jeff.
Countertops, memorial statuary.
What, for the Kleenex? I actually brought them because of my allergies, and I figured my nose would let loose halfway through the video.
Guys, I know you're so excited about joining us for the gluing.
It's kind of like watching paint dry, except it's glue.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's exactly the same.
Luna, you're going to get your pretty hair glued.
Well, she did get painted one time. So when I was painting my living room, I had my paint can lid on the ground, and she sat on it. And so her little butt was blue for like 2 months.
Blue butt, huh?
She had a blue butt. Because she also is not a huge fan of baths. She'll sit there for me, but she doesn't love it. And so that just means that I don't tend to do it very much. She's self-cleaning. You know, dogs, they self-clean.
They do. They're probably cleaner than people are.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of times they don't smell like it.
She works on it a little bit every day.
She's working on it right now. She's working on getting dirty so she can lick it all off.
Exactly.
Ew, Luna.
At least there's no cat poop in here for her to roll in. That is her cardinal sin against me, is that she sure does love to roll in that cat poop, and that is not fun for me. She loves to get her neck in it real good and then just lodge it in the collars that she wears. It's not wonderful. Okay, so that's probably about right.
Yeah.
Leave ourselves an opening because you got to put the pillow in. And it wouldn't be any fun to lace it with the pillow in the whole time. So we only want to do that part of the time. Again, our beautiful 22-inch circles. Man, I wish you guys could have seen me cutting these out with the scissors yesterday. Just Denny's scissors are nice and sharp, and I just found that sweet spot, and I just all the way around.
That's good.
It was quite fun.
And another thing, when you're lacing an edge like this, if you aren't perfect, the lace is going to perfect it.
Oh. And also, this is the one thing that Kevin tells people all the time when they're lacing is don't get carried away with the glue because you got to come back up between the seams. So I didn't really think about that, but I will try not to get carried away with the glue.
That's all right. I think that stuff you can pry it apart enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's hope so. Otherwise, Jeff's
life
is going to be hard.
What a true friend.
Listen, true friends tell it like it is.
Yeah.
You know? Holly, I'm not really watching the chat too closely, but you've been doing a good job at letting me know when there's an actual question. So, okay, thanks.
You're talking about the ruler, the compass.
Oh yeah, I think it was fun. I was working on getting my circles together yesterday, and I realized we didn't have any bigger than an 18-inch cutting die, and I was like, man, how am I gonna get a 22-inch circle? And the strap cutting team came through for me. They just had that laying around back in their area, so it was quite handy.
I think you can get those at most, probably big box stores like Lowe's or something like that. Probably carries them. Or you can put an awl or a nail or something in the center and a piece of string.
Yep, however long you want it.
That's what I said yesterday.
That is. And I almost did it, but then one of the guys came up and they were like, Liz, I have this.
drywall users, when they have to cut out a big round hole, have something like that that's got a blade on it.
Mm-hmm. Are we about right?
I think that's
feel like
good
that's
enough.
Close.
It'll be good. Alrighty. Guess I'll stick
Remember
this too.
to face it the right direction.
Oh, yes. Got to make sure that we're facing the correct direction.
You need to hold the half.
Well, I was going to fold it in half and just line up my glue lines. I don't know, we'll figure it out. This is a really big circle, guys. There's 2 really big circles.
Let me hold that.
Come on, guys. Everybody
This-
pitch in here.
Yeah, you need a lot of friends to do this.
Just for more.
Okay.
Scoot it on the table a little more.
Yeah.
Whoops.
No, I think that's
Okay.
open.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the end of the
Good.
glue. That's okay. We're good. It's dark back here. I can't see from all the glittering glare. The gold is shiny.
You need your parchment paper.
everything that glitters is not gold. Remember that.
I think that's a song, though.
Yeah.
Novel, too.
All right, yeah.
Want to spin?
Some of you guys says we can't complete the project because we don't have friends.
Yeah, we should put on the pattern. Friends
Well,
required.
If
6 hands.
Chevy guy, bring it here. We'll all help you.
It's not free.
Another way to do that is if you let your cement tack up,
Mm-hmm.
you put a piece of paper or something for the biggest part of it, and the only
That's
you
what
just pull it out a little at a time.
I think that's what Holly was saying. The parchment paper.
Oh yeah.
See, Chevy guy, you don't need friends. You just need parchment
Yeah.
paper.
You just
They said maybe you can just make mini pillows. Or tiny pillows.
Make Barbie pillows.
yeah. The smaller the pillow, the less friendly you need
Friends
to
not
be.
included.
I'm a little afraid that I stretched.
Got it?
I think so.
So,
Guess we can always trim later if we have a little bit of excess somewhere. But it should. Alrighty.
Denny, you want to punch some holes in there?
Whoops.
I will.
We don't need that. It's fine. There we go.
All right. Let's see.
Watch out. You're going to step on Luna's toes.
Oh, Luna. Sorry. Let's see here. You're going to be starting from here, coming around.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll
So whatever the top side is.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Oh, Holly, you said that.
I don't
This
know
would be
how-
a really cool wall hanging.
Yeah.
Hello. Really?
Let's see. I think I can four
feel like-
prong punch. Yeah. I probably ought to put a piece of. It's gonna get noisy, you guys.
Watch out, Luna. The fireworks are coming. She was barking last night. Some people in my neighborhood are already starting to shoot them off a little bit.
Oh yeah.
That she just ran from window to window as they were popping, and she's trying to tack it somewhere.
Sorry, Luna. This isn't fireworks. No one's shooting at you.
Yeah, really, I feel like that, like, leather pieces like this, we should do more art that are just tooled pieces.
Yeah.
Like, you don't always have to be making something. You can just make pictures. And I know in the Sheridan show, you know, a lot of people will.
That may be something we could do in a video at some point, is picture frame.
Ooh, yeah. You did that in the bathroom on retail.
Yeah.
Oh, it would probably be easier to see it from the other side, huh?
Well, remember the kangaroo tail that we had?
Uh-huh.
I built a frame for...
You sure did, for the little, like, what is this surprise?
Yeah.
Kevin did a picture frame, I think, for Becky once, and it was oak leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And the relief on it was such, it looked like he had glued oak leaves to a piece of leather.
Huh. Wow. Yeah, Kevin is really good at that. Doing the 3D, his horse head and his animals, like, coming off thing, the fish.
That's one reason, one thing about Jim Linnell, too. He's a big fish carver and an embosser.
Mm-hmm.
He does a lot of that.
Oh, yeah, guys. So if any of you haven't been listening the last few weeks, Jim Linnell will be at Springfield Leather the last week of July. He will be here all week. He will be doing our live videos. We'll be doing some recorded videos with him. And on Thursday, we will be hosting a class that he will be teaching in. So if anybody is interested, I know we had a couple people that sent us an email to the live@springfieldleather.com last week or the end of the week before that, or whenever it was that we first announced it. But if anybody else has not submitted an email yet, and you would be interested in coming to the class on whatever the last Thursday in July would be here at Springfield Leather, shoot live at Springfield Leather and email us with your name and your contact information if you would be wanting to participate in that class. We're just kind of building a preliminary list of how many people would like to. Do you go all the way around?
No, that'll be enough for you to get started.
Okay,
though.
and then he'll do it later.
I gotta find out where to start.
It's up here. Right there. Oh, you got to start where you can end, right?
Is that enough room? Yeah. That'll work.
Sure.
Sure.
We can, it's just like stuffing a wildcat in a suitcase. We can do that.
Stuffing a wildcat in a suitcase.
So
That's another one. All right, Jeff.
one of Liz's customers sent her
Archie.
an email. Archie.
Hey,
yes.
Archie, if you're out there, this is your video.
And I talked to Archie on the phone once about a class 26.
I think we all have talked to Archie.
Your glitter makes it hard to find the holes
I'm
there.
sorry.
So, if you've never double loop lace before, there's several good videos. Denny and Kevin have videos on YouTube for Springfield Leather. And normally, we just take one lace and you go through the hole and then you go through what's called the bite. This is kind of different. We complicate things because we're having gold and what color?
Ochre.
Ochre.
Yeah. So we've got, this is the new, for those of you that have not seen, our kangaroo lace, we used to have like a bright metallics, but the foil would come off and there was issues with it. So they discontinued the bright metallics and now we have matte metallic colors. So this is the gold matte metallic, our new kangaroo color that we've had for, it's been a couple months, but it is a new line. So yeah, so we're using the matte gold and the ochre, both in the 1/8 inch.
Yeah. And I watched a YouTube video where someone was trying to explain how to do two-color lacing, and to be honest, she really confused me. And I got to hunt around. There is a book on lacing. You can get this several different places.
There you go.
Yeah. I forgot that was up there. And in the back of it, it talks about two-tone lacing. And number one, and this is going to be fun to lace because I'm used to lacing stuff that's a lot thicker and stiffer. And I'm going to have to watch how hard I pull my lace. Don't step on your nose, hon. All right. So the first thing you need to know is you always start out with your lighter colored lace.
Jeff, you want to actually pull it towards you a little bit? Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want this?
No, I don't need that.
There we go. See it better?
Now, a lot of people, when they do double loop lacing, the first stitch, they bend that over and continue. On this style, we don't do that. So we take our lighter colored lace. I went through the first hole. I skipped the second hole. And I'm coming through the third hole. Well, make sure you keep your lace straight and it doesn't tangle. And that's tight enough. You don't need to pull it real tight. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with... Luna's moving me. Okay. I'm going to come in with my darker lace, and it's a shorter piece of lace. Because of splicing, we don't want to splice at the same point. We need... Oh, it's hard.
I picked a
There
great
it
leather
is.
for old man eyes.
Through. There it is. So I pull it through. I'm going to leave the same amount hanging out here. Turn my lace over. I'm going to come up and go through that top. Once again, I don't want to pull it too tight. I don't want to pucker it, but I need to make what's called the bite, or the cross, or the X. Now I can take...
I'm going to zoom this in a little bit.
I'm going to need sunglasses because...
It's pretty bright, that
it's
gold.
pretty bright.
Zoom this one in so we can see it a little bit closer. Uh-huh. Oh, you're good.
I'm just having to do this by feel. Okay. So, I got my dark lace.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. Now I have a bite. Okay. I switch laces. So every time you switch laces, you're going to have to trace it down. Snug it up a little bit. See, I dropped it. Now I'm going to take my light colored lace. I'm going to go through this bite. When you do normal double loop lacing with one color, your brain's always thinking, go through the hole, go through the bite. But because we're dropping a lace and getting another one, it's really go through the bite and then go through the hole, which got confusing to me at first. We're getting mood lighting.
Now we're just zooming in on you
Oh,
so we can see it real good. Yeah, we'll get
there. If you use something like this, you can check and make sure you're not skipping a hole. So snug that up a little. There, I've got a bite. Then you got bites on Monday.
Jeff is getting bites today. Oh, hey, Nick, you want to zoom that in a little bit, too?
All right. There we go through the bite. And it's very important on the X, the bite, that you get both sides in there. Otherwise, it's not going to look right.
In a good spot, just go forward.
There's half a bite.
gonna look good.
Right?
Uh-huh.
We
Good
tried.
choice of colors, Liz.
Thanks. We had the green fern, but the green and the Venetian on the back, they weren't quite the same color.
They clashed.
They did. It wasn't the right tone. And so I decided to go with the ochre because it matched the Herman oak patch that Denny had made.
Is it ochre or ogre?
Ochre. It's not ogre. It's not Shrek.
Not Shrek.
That would be another green.
Goodbye. And I'll tell you now, working with a softer leather is a lot more difficult for me lacing than what I'm used to. Because I'm used to, when I lace on something, just give it a tug.
Yeah. Archie, so on Friday, Jeff will be coming back in and we'll be finishing the pillow. So we'll do a splice when we finish the pillow so that you guys can see how to splice with the two colors. But then we are also going to be doing a small project as well that will have a corner.
Liz is going to lace.
Yeah, and so I will lace while Jeff, because we have to lace around this whole thing. We'll do a splice in the video and then we'll show you how to finish and tie your two colors back in. And then we'll do another small project so that we can show everybody if that's the only video that they want to watch instead of doing the pillow as well. So Friday will be a little bit, will be mostly the double loop lacing and we'll do a couple little projects. But I just really wanted to make this pillow, so that's what we're doing.
I think it's going to be a neat pillow.
I do too. I want to see all the pillows, guys. We're going to storm the world of home accessories with leather pillows.
You know, the most important part of lacing is controlling your lace, because it can be a real pain in the rear if you let your lace twist on you and it turns upside down. There we go.
That's another thing that I found when I lace is if I use a really long piece of lace, my lace starts to wear out by the time I get to the end, and it kind of stretches and gets really limp and thinner. Yeah, you know,
you wear it out.
Yeah,
that's why he's so insistent that just lace with a yard and a half at a time.
Yeah, the lacing classes I've been doing with employees here, I've taught them if you goof up, you're better off snipping off your needle, pulling it out, and reattaching, because you take this needle and run it back through that hole, and you're messing your lace up. Mm-hmm. And that ends up causing more problems down the road.
It just takes so long to find like your needle if you're lacing with enough to finish your project. Like if you were lacing with enough to finish this project, you would need yards and yards and yards of lace at a time, and it's going to take you forever to pull every single yard through the hole.
Mm-hmm. Splicing is easy.
Yeah.
Compared to fixing twisted lace. And two-tone lacing does go a lot slower than one color. That's okay. We got time.
Well, and we're just going to get this started here today, and then we'll come back on Friday and we'll do, like I said, most of the whole video on Friday will be all the double loop lacing. We'll finish the pillow, but we'll also do another small project just to show you how to start and finish again.
You know, if you get...
So on Friday, we'll have everything set up a little bit closer, guys, for the lacing, so that it'll be a little bit maybe more technical on Friday.
Bye. So we've been doing a lot of double loop lacing in the classes that we have for employees, and when I first did a field note journal with two color, I probably had 20 employees saying, "Ooh, I want to do that." And so now I've got 10 people going at various stages. You had to pick something so shiny and bright.
I did. Denny
Am I
had
getting a
some.
sunburn?
Denny had some plain leathers picked out, but I changed them yesterday.
She vetoed him.
He did respond to my text message, though. That was exciting.
He did. That's a rarity, didn't he?
Well, I didn't see the one until late in the evening, so I didn't respond to that one. But then when you showed me the leather that you picked, I saw that in the daytime.
Oh, did you? Okay.
So if you're going along and you realized you didn't snug it up enough, you can reach over here to your other lace and just tighten it up a little bit. And the other thing is when we're done, we set the lace, and that means taking a hammer and beating on it or a roller, and that can even it out. Where's that hole?
Denny, would you, or not Denny, but Jeff, do you think using a stitching horse for this would be, or is it just like laying flat is fine?
Lame, you know, the longer I lace, the more I find out. And at home, I lean on the kitchen counter and I do it standing up. I used to try and do it in the lazy boy, but I'd catch the lace on my knee or something like that at the end of the chair. You know, everybody's different. I could see doing it, but the main thing is the front side always has to face you. We don't do any lacing, this type of lacing from the back side. Yeah, I could see using a stitching pony, folding it up.
It depends on the particular project too.
Yeah.
Some projects you just cannot wrestle them. You have to wrestle them. I mean, there's no way to hold them somewhere steady because their shape's so funny. You know?
All right, so Denny, we've kind of got Eric over here has a project that he's working on. He's going to make saddlebags out of some veg tan or possibly bridle, and he was thinking about making an internal wax canvas dry bag, but he was wondering what your thoughts about attaching the dry bag to the saddlebags would be.
I just do it with snaps. Okay. Make the bag just a drop in dry bag that you could.
That's exactly what Chevy got. Just snap it on. Yeah.
That'd be the simplest, you know, the most straightforward and the easiest to get where it fits very well.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Let's see here. What size lace chisel is it? This is an 1/8 inch lacing chisel. So you use whatever size lace you're using. That's the size of chisels that you want to use also.
Yeah. I brought a 2-prong, a 3-prong, a 4-prong, and I think a 6 or an 8-prong in here. But a 4-prong is about what we have to use on an arc like that.
That's about the. But if you were lacing this, you might even have to go to a 2-prong, or it's kind of
because you're going to end up with flat spots.
Yeah.
You know. But the double loop lace, you know, it covers up a lot of stuff like that. You can have little flat spots that you will never see because the outside edge is going to be the same shape as the edge.
Well, and especially with this situation, we're going to shove a pillow in this, and we're going to kind of make it all funky anyway. So this one isn't, you know, if you had a couple flat spots here or there. Alrighty, guys. So let's see here. Everybody's having an argument about what the hip part of the cow might be because Dean doesn't like my hip leather. Dean, nobody asked you your opinion on my leather. If I want to use shiny, fun leather, I will. No. I'm just kidding. Kind of.
What the hip?
Why don't you tell him how you really feel?
Yeah. So he called this hip leather. I mean, like
not hip.
Yeah, but
cool.
Like
cool.
Yeah, or like fashionable leather. That's what I'm gonna. Current fashions.
Could you call it fat leather?
He's laughing. It's the fat leather. We could. Alrighty. Well, guys, it is 12:30, so I feel like this is what we're going to do. On Friday, we will be back. Jeff will show us how to start this type of lacing. Again, the pillow will be almost done. We will show you guys how to do a splice in the 2 colors, and we'll have a small project where we can show you how to start and stop and do the corner in something. We'll have a probably smaller than this, but because otherwise this, I
made one.
Oh, look at this. We're just going to do this cute little card case right here. So we'll show you guys how to double loop lace this in 2-toned on Friday. We will finish the pillow, and it will just be all about 2-tone lacing, which is going to be just a fabulous time. So
we might have the pillow already stuffed in there.
Yes, we'll probably have the pillow in there.
I was listening to you, and I
he
forgot to switch.
He sure did.
Uh-huh.
You really have to pay attention to this double loop lace.
Yeah. Not the first
Dean, you're
time.
fine.
Won't be the last.
I'm going to give you a hard time because zippers.
Zippers.
Because you've earned the hard time. So, alrighty, folks. You earned it, which is fine. We enjoy having you. I don't know what the live would be if Dean weren't asking about zippers, or zippers, or glue. That's the other one.
Glue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to answer that. We talked about a different kind of glue.
Yeah, we already talked about the glue.
We did.
today.
Yeah, we talked about glue today.
This is the first zipper conversation we've had.
I did. Yes, whatever. Alrighty, so we'll be back on Friday. For those of you that join us for live shopping, of course, at least I will be here. I don't know if Tony will be back feeling better yet tomorrow or not, but I will be here with whomever will help me to sell you leather tomorrow at 2 on Facebook if you want to come join us for live shopping, and then we'll be back on Friday Central Time at 11 to finish up this pillow and to go more thoroughly into the 2-toned double loop lacing. So we'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day.
See you guys.
Good night, everybody. Pardon me.
These are mine. Okay.
Oh, there's another one. Oh, we're back on the Twitch.
That looks good.
Oh, right. I'll keep that. I figured if we take this out front, we can, I don't know. I might give these away.
Denny,
On
is
Friday.
that yours?
Yes.
Or I'll just save them to give away when we give away stuff. Oh, guys, since you're back. So this is actually, after I finished with this one, everybody was like, what does it do? And I was like, I don't know. But it could just be a little trivet and what? Yeah, a little trivet for, so if you had a candle, and obviously maybe a bigger one than this, but it would be a cute little candle trivet. Like a little placemat for just some, or like a bowl, like a catch-all bowl or just something. But yeah, you can do this for just all sorts of cute things.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Alrighty. Chad, did you have an after party plan today? Okay. I really need to work on the leather for tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm not going to have anything to sell. So that's what I'm going to do. What? Oh, Chad might tool on Friday. Okay. Tony is so lame. Those can go back out to retail if we're done with them.
Okay, I'm done with them.
Okay.
All right. See y'all later.
Bye. Ooh, and I need to finish passing out checks.
Finish what?
Passing out paychecks.
Oh, yeah.
I have not finished that yet.
Jana was asking me about. Sorry, I screwed up that one.
Oh, that's fine. I can just, that's not a big deal. Sorry, I gave you the wrong one. There's too many names.
Should have read more, but
It's okay.
holy stamp.
I know, Tony. It's all right. We will trudge through, and it's going to be great. Eric, we're excited to see your tattoo come to life. That'll be really awesome. Have anything under here? There was some elephant that I didn't sell last week that I'm probably going to do this week. We had some neat gray pieces that I found. Have you heard from Rusty? I mean, he's texted us a few times, but not really. They're not like, look at our fun pictures, guys. I'm sure we'll see it when they come back. Hi, looms. Oh, here's the other elephant. We have some gray elephant. I don't know. We have